everybody, I'm Joey Poole and I'm an indie author, and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today we're going to be doing another 44 facts video, and this time I'm going to be giving you 44 facts about my writing process. So I'm just going to jump right to it. Number 1, my process has stayed pretty much the same since I sat down to write my debut, Blackout. Number 2, that said, there have been some aspects that have switched around, like my level of planning and the time of day that I write. Number 3, for Blackout I had a chapter plan and character notes, but I didn't really write the plan in advance, just wrote it down as I got to that chapter. Number 4, now I write a chapter plan way before I start writing, and will mostly stick to it. Number 5, when I first started, my character notes were simply a paragraph on a piece of paper. It was only when I started with the Dying Thought series that I realised I needed a better way to record it all, and that's when I started with the note cards. Number 6, my process in regards to writing time has been first thing in the morning, to the afternoon, to the evening, to whenever I could find time, and all around again. It's an ever-changing beast. Number 7, I have found that letting my routine shift and change has made me more productive than if I stayed stuck in the same thing, but that might just be me. Number 8, I started out writing things by hand and then typing them up at the end of the chapter, editing as I went. This changed when the fibromyalgia made it harder for me to hold a pen and write for more than a few minutes at a time. Number 9, I still edit as I go, but usually the day following the chapter I wrote so that I have some time to get some distance from it. Number 10, I pants more than I plan, in that I do still use some kind of outline, but the more books I write, the more obvious it is to me that it's just a very loose idea of where I should be. Number 11, I tried planning and all it did was get me bored of the story and unable to finish. It wasn't fun and it didn't fit for me, and that's okay. Number 12, I have never taken any kind of schooling in creative writing bar the odd English class at school, and for a long time I worried that I was doing it wrong, but I found that, like most writers, I have a natural knowledge of where story structure lands. Number 13, it used to be that my chapter outlines would be more strict, but nowadays I just write some vague idea of what I want to happen. Number 14, when I brainstorm ideas for a story, I write out the plot and such, and find that the majority of the time this changes a lot when I actually go in and write. Number 15, revising wise, I will do a read through before I start to make any big changes, do the formatting and the like, and then finally after I have made a proper outline, we'll start to rewrite and rework what needs to be done. Number 16, I didn't use this method until a good few books were done, and I'd always found the editing portion so very hard. I happened upon a blog post or something mentioning outlining while revising, and something clicked for me. Number 17, I have never used a program like Scrivener or the like, but because I've never seen the point when the majority of the features are for planners, and I'm not a planner. Number 18, I do usually write in a Word type document and switch between that on my computer and my iPad and the like. Number 19, while I used to be an early bird as a teen, I hadn't for many years been that way, so the idea of writing first thing in the morning never appealed to me, but now it seems to be the right thing. Number 20, along with my writing process, my style has changed a lot over the years. I feel like I have a good grasp of character voice, but work to make sure that they're not all the same voice. Number 21, I am a firm believer in the characters telling me and directing their story. Number 22, when it comes to editing, the whole process makes me so very anxious, and I don't really know what to do about that. Number 23, I have worked with some amazing editors, I have had some bad ones, but at the same time I find that it's more the process that winds me up than the actual experience. Number 24, I started writing when I was 19 and have been doing this for over 20 years now, and yet I still can't always tell you how I do it beyond the basics. I'm still waiting for the ideas to run out. Number 25, when I first started writing, I could only think as far as 5, maybe 6 books. Now I've written almost 40 of them. Number 26, my writing process, bar Blackout, which took me 10 days to draft, has slowed down, sped up, slowed down again, and is now back to a pretty good speed. Number 27, I find that a lot of my books have their own natural progression, even before I really started honing my craft. Number 28, I love typing out my words, and I have to have a good keyboard to do it, otherwise I find the words don't come as easily. Number 29, I write 2 books at once because otherwise my brain gets burned out on just the one story. Number 30, I have been doing that for a number of years, about 15 if my maths is right, and I love it. Number 31, every writing process is different, and while for some writers it changes drastically from book to book, it hasn't really for me. Number 32, I always worry that I'm going too fast and not doing enough, and then I remember that last fact, that everyone is different about how they approach things. Number 33, I used to have rituals when it came to our writing process. I had to be multitasking, or had to have a fresh cuppa, or I do this at this exact time for this exact length. I threw those away when I realised they weren't helping. Number 34, I can pretty much write in most conditions. I used to need quiet, and while I generally get it now because it's the early morning, at a push I can write with noise in the background. Number 35, I don't procrastinate as much as I used to, and I think that's a good thing. Number 36, going back to editing being anxious and stressful, I do find as I move through the process, the stress and such ease off, so once it's with the proofreader, I'm golden. Number 37, I am very much a planner when it comes to anything writing related, time, decisions and all of that. I will plan that to bits, but the writing process itself is just smooth sailing for me without a plan. Number 38, I've always been a big believer in taking advice and seeing if it works for you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, you tried and you know that's not the way you do things. This applies to the writing process as well. Number 39, although I'm pretty happy with where my writing process is right now, I'm always open to it changing because life and such changes too. Number 40, being a full-time writer, though not paid as one, I know how lucky I am to be able to do this for my job and set my routine and such as I wish. Number 41, part of my process is setting goals for myself, but remembering not to be annoyed or unkind to myself if I don't meet them. Number 42, one big fact that applies to all areas of my writing process is the gem from a friend. It takes as long as it takes, and that's okay. Number 43, part of being a writer is learning how you work, and it's okay if that changes or you need a long time to work it out. And number 44, however your process looks, no matter how long it took you to get there, you're valid as a writer, as is anyone else who writes. So there we go, those are 44 facts about my writing process and all the things that I've managed to find about it over the years. I really have enjoyed learning more about how I work as a writer and all of that. I like being able to switch it around and not have it impact me too much. Like, I don't have all these rituals before I write. Nothing wrong with them if they work for you, they just didn't work for me. So yeah, there we go. Those are my 44 facts about my writing process. What's one fact about your writing process? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up Lights Off, which is the third in a young adult dystopian trilogy. And also don't forget to grab a ticket to Author City in Birmingham in July 2022, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.